what is now known as AI is making its way into our offices. It's already in our patients' lives, but it's not the type of thing that's even on the radar of the parents or the kids unless you were to directly ask about it. And that's how I think social media was at some point. Parents can see very evidently how it affects their kids' lives. They're on it from 6 p.m. till midnight. It can't stop them from being on it. Like they can't avoid it. And I think that's starting to happen with things like chatbots and AI interactions with kids, but it's not even the thing where anyone's thinking about it. And Ash and myself and some of our colleagues have published kind of some guidelines for how clinicians can ask children about screen time activities. Here's the standard things you should ask. You should know to ask what Fortnite is. And depending on what they say, you should know to ask them if they play on Battle Royale mode, if they play duos, what their skins are. These are meaningful bits of conversation that are relevant to our ability to do our job and extract meaningful information from the kids who we talk to. And it's the same with AI now, that we're going to have a shared dial-up, basic working understanding of the different elements of this as clinicians so that we can A, get meaningful answers out of the kids who we talk to, B, connect with them, develop rapport with them, show them that we know some of what they do, and then additionally just better understand, like intuitively, what kinds of questions to ask about it. That goes for the clinicians and for parents and teachers as well.
When you think about teenagers and adolescents, the first thing you have to think about is developmental stages. Teens or adolescents are usually in the developmental stage, which is identity versus role confusion. How do you belong to a group? And if you don't belong to a group, are you a loner? And they want to connect with each other. Teenagers are using AI as a source of connection. We as adults might use it for information or research, right? But outside of like homework, that's what we kind of think of teens using it as. It actually is being used as chatbots and supportive tools and validation. 70% of teens have used a chatbot in the United States. And 50% of that population, so 20 million teens, use it regularly. And what are they using it for? To connect. The issue is with using a chatbot as your main social connection is that it gets rid of the challenge that helps you grow. So what they're going to most likely get is a chatbot that supports and validates them, but doesn't challenge them, doesn't establish boundaries, doesn't establish that it has other chatbots that it has to talk to, and it can't talk to you all the time. And if we say it's all good and this is how relationships should be, kids will then avoid difficult relationships or avoid relationships where there might be a conflict that might occur. And that is what relationships are. Relationships and friendships change, right? We are talking about some of the difficult stuff, the growing pains of being an adolescent. I want them to recognize what are red flags in a relationship and what are green flags. That's the point of having these types of dynamic relationships in real life, is to have the pushes and pulls and be able to abandon things that are really bad, right? And to also hold on to things that you're like, I want that, right? That's a good thing to have. Those are the intangibles that we're not at yet with chatbots.